Max Verstappen wasn't just upset, he was boiling. Not only from George Russell's sudden slowdown during the safety car, but also from what followed. Or rather, what didn't. Hours after the checkered flag, the stewards remained silent. No explanation, no resolution. Red Bull saw it as a tactical brake check. Russell, he walked away with the victory. No penalties, no questions asked. And then in a separate twist, Lando Norris made contact with his own teammate. And somehow that too didn't even warrant a single penalty point. Confused, you're not alone. Teams, drivers, fans. Everyone's asking the same thing. What's going on with F1's rule enforcement? Because from the moment the race ended in Montreal, it felt like the drama was just getting started. Max climbed out of the car, not furious but focused. Something was off and he knew it. During the safety car, Russell slowed suddenly. Verstappen was forced into a tough call, either brake even harder or risk a rules violation by moving ahead. He did a bit of both and then pulled back, confused and frustrated. Over at McLaren, the tension was internal. In the final laps, Norris clipped the back of Oscar Piastri's car, a moment that shocked not just viewers, but the McLaren garage itself. It wasn't a bold move, it was a miscalculation. And yet what followed was even more surprising. A soft 5-second time penalty. No penalty points, no shift in race results. Almost like it didn't happen. And then, nothing. For 5 long hours, no verdicts, no clarity. Just fans refreshing their feeds and teams waiting for answers that never came. It felt less like a racing dispute and more like a leadership vacuum. And when the rulings finally did arrive, they solved some questions and raised even more. Take Norris's penalty, contact with a teammate, a wrecked wing, potentially wrecked strategies. Still, no real punishment. Meanwhile, just a week ago in Spain, Verstappen got hit with 3 penalty points for an incident that was arguably less severe. So why the inconsistency? Norris's move was, at best, rushed. After battling through the final corners, he lunged into a space that barely existed. His front wing caught Piastri's rear, debris scattered. And just like that, Norris was out. And yet, a penalty that meant nothing. Literally. Because he retired anyway. What stung fans most was the double standard. Usually if you're found fully responsible for a crash, you get at least 1 penalty point. But not this time. Some tried defending the stewards, suggesting it was an in-team issue, or that it didn't ruin Piastri's race. But should punishment really depend on how bad the result turned out? Or should it be based on the action itself? Because once fans start thinking incidents get swept under the rug, the trust in officiating begins to fall apart. And when the FIA finally acted, it only sparked more frustration. The biggest example? That McLaren collision. Norris's move could have ruined a double podium. And still, 0 points added to his licence. Meanwhile, Red Bull wasn't just upset. They went on the offensive. Hours after the finish, they officially challenged Russell's behaviour behind the safety car. Their claim? He slowed intentionally to trap Verstappen into a penalty. And if the FIA agreed, it could have changed everything. Red Bull pointed to 2 things. Russell braking too sharply before the restart and falling too far behind the safety car. Both breaches in the rulebook. But Mercedes countered with data. His brake pressure was minimal and safety car speed was out of their hands. The FIA sided with Mercedes. In the end, Red Bull dropped part of their protest, admitting it couldn't be backed up fully. But by then the damage was done. Not to Russell, but to Red Bull's image. The protest didn't lead to a win. Instead, it made the team look more desperate than dominant. What made it murkier was Russell's own behaviour. Onboard footage showed him checking his mirrors right before slowing, suggesting he knew where Max was. Was he just being clever? Or was it calculated? His radio call didn't help. "He overtook me under the safety car," Russell said immediately, almost too quickly. Like he knew it was coming. Mercedes didn't chase the matter. They let Russell play it cool while they stayed silent in the background. It worked. The FIA reviewed the data and found no hard braking, no 10-car length breach, just normal restart behaviour. Russell kept the win, and for some fans, he even gained a bit of tactical respect. But for others, it felt like he played the rules and not the race, and that's the heart of the issue. In Barcelona, Max was penalised for a borderline aggressive move. No crash, no retirement, just hard racing. 3 penalty points. In Montreal, Norris hits his own teammate, ruins his own race, and walks away clean. How does that compute? The lack of a standard, a real standard, is what's really eating at fans. Is a 5-second penalty enough? Should intent matter more than outcome? And where is the line between racecraft and rule bending? By the numbers, this is now the 19th recent case where a driver caused contact and received at least 1 point. Until now. What changed? Was it favouritism? Or is the whole system cracking? One thing's for sure, this isn't just a one-off controversy, it's a credibility problem. Red Bull's failed protest may not change the standings, but it did turn up the heat. Their rivalry with Mercedes is only going to get nastier. Every move Russell makes around Max now will be watched in slow motion. And McLaren, they've got some internal damage to repair. The Norris-Piastri incident won't be forgotten anytime soon. Team principal Andrea Stella hinted as much. This tension might just be beginning. But all of this circles back to one big question. Can the FIA rebuild trust? Because every call from now on, every penalty, every silence, will be judged even more critically. Canada wasn't just a controversial race, it was a stress test for F1's rulebook. And if Montreal showed us anything, it's that fans are paying attention. So, what do you think? Was Russell just racing smart under the safety car? Or pushing the limit to see what he could get away with? And did Norris get off way too easy after colliding with his own teammate? Drop your thoughts below. We read every comment. Because this debate, it's far from over. And if you're following the season's drama, make sure to subscribe. We'll be back for the next chapter. And who knows what the stewards will do next?